Hello YouTube! Today I'm making lasagna and I thought I'd show you how I make it. This is lasagna I was inspired to make from A Peek Inside. Thank you, Darlene. I will link her video to how she makes lasagna in the description below. And I just base my recipe off of hers. I don't use the exact same ingredients, but pretty close, and add a few things or remove something, switch out a spice or a flavor. That's the nice thing about lasagna. As long as you know how to make basic lasagna, you can customize it to your taste and to what you want in there. And if you have dietary restrictions, you can change stuff out to match those. So what I have is a pound of ground beef and a pound of ground pork, mozzarella cheese, ricotta cheese, cottage cheese, ricotta cheese, Parmesan cheese, and here I have some onion, pepper, and celery that I had previously chopped and frozen, and I wanted to use up what I have. Then in the back there we have Aylmer Accents. This is one that you can change up. I have Italian seasonings this time. I've used traditional, and I've used one with chili seasoning, and I've used one that was cracked pepper and something, cracked pepper and garlic maybe. So that's one way you can change the flavor of your lasagna. Same with crushed tomatoes. This is just plain crushed tomatoes, but I'm sure you can get them with seasonings. Tomato paste. And I'm using canned mushrooms. You can certainly use fresh, but I have canned on hand and I don't have fresh, and these are already sliced. You need your oil for cooking. This is chopped frozen spinach. I'm waiting for that to thaw because that's going to get mixed in with the cheeses. There's some chopped garlic, 2 eggs, oregano, Italian seasoning, and parsley flakes. So basically what I'm going to do first is brown up the meat, and then in here, and then in the big pot back here, I'm going to put oil, the onions, peppers, celery, and garlic, and get that sauteed up. And I'll also season the vegetables with these. Once the vegetables are, I'd say soft, but they're going to be soft anyway because they were frozen. But once the vegetables are cooked up a little bit and the meat no longer has any pink in it, I'm going to drain the meat and put it in with the vegetables. At that point I will add all of the canned products, including the mushrooms. Actually, I'll put the mushrooms in with the peppers and onions. And then put all the canned stuff in once everything's mixed together. Then in another bowl, we're going to do the cheese sauce, which will be mixing the ricotta and the cottage cheese and a couple of eggs. And the spinach, once it's thawed a little bit more and can break up. This is also where you can vary what kind of cheese you're using and how much. And you can leave out the spinach or not. I will also season the cheese mixture with parsley flakes. And some people put in their shredded cheese and Parmesan with the cottage and the ricotta. I'll probably do that today and then probably add some more on top. But we'll see as we go. So I am going to now move this over to a time lapse. I'm not going to talk through the cooking because it just takes too long. Alright, hang in there and hopefully you enjoy. Okay, so I've got everything mixed up here in my pot for the sauce meat mixture. I'm just going to let this simmer for probably like an hour or so that the flavors all soak through. That's also going to give a little more time for the spinach to finish thawing so I can actually mix it in with the cheese. And I will be back when it's time to do that. So the meat mixture has been cooking for at least 30 to 40 minutes, it's enough. And I've mixed up the cheese. And I went and got lasagna noodles, which I forgot to mention in stuff you need to make lasagna earlier. But kind of common sense, you're making lasagna, you need lasagna noodles. So now I am going to portion it out, hopefully getting 4 lasagnas out of this. 1 will be eaten tonight. 1 will be given to the neighbors, and 2 will be going into the freezer for a later date. And that's it. I now have 4 lasagnas ready to go. I'm going to just let them cool as is. Then I'm going to put this on them with the instructions for when it's time to take them out of the freezer. And then I'll wrap that in foil and then put them in a Ziploc because I don't want these to get freezer burnt. That would be a huge, huge waste. Oh, I forgot to put some more parsley on top. This is purely just because it looks pretty. If you don't like parsley, don't put it on. If you don't like parsley, what do you have in your house? And that's it. Like I say, I'm going to let these cool and I'll package them up. 1 will be for tonight, so all I have to do is stick it in the oven to reheat. 1's going down to the neighbors, they're having that for dinner as well tonight. And the other 2 are going in the freezer for later on, when I don't feel like cooking. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I will write down the ingredients and the instructions the way I did it. That'll be down in the description. There'll also be a link for Darlene from a Peek Inside's video of how she makes her lasagna, which is what inspired me to start making my own homemade lasagnas. So up until this year, I had never made a lasagna from scratch. I always bought pre-made frozen, and wow, what a difference. We're not going back to pre-made frozen lasagnas if we can help it. These are so much more flavorful. I guess that's it. That's all I have for this video. Thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more, and share with your friends if you think they may enjoy it as well.